iPhones. Yeah, it's safe to say that I am 100% an iPhone user. I mean, don't get me wrong. If someone were to tell me that I could never eat Oreos for the rest of my life, unless I use Android for a week, I'd happily use Android, especially if they gave me a little Pixel 8 Pro. That phone is actually really nice, and I'd actually really enjoy it. But anyways, quick backstory, my first ever iPhone was an iPhone SE 2020. And when I got it, it was amazing. With iOS 13, it was perfect. I was really having a blast with it. iOS 14, great. iOS 15, amazing. And then the dreaded iOS 16. Of course, iOS 16. My phone basically useless. Keep in mind the phone's turned off. An hour and a half, dead, gone. And the performance should really be described in one video. Yeah, it wasn't that good. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'll just wait for the iPhone 15 and then I'll upgrade. I'm not even going to wait for iOS 17. Done. Then I installed iOS 17 because, I was going to get the iPhone 15 as soon as it launched, although when I did see it for the first time, oof, was that phone compelling. But I just installed iOS 17 and my problems were gone. The battery life was insane. And I was like, you know what, all I need it for, because, I have an iPad Pro, which is what I do all the demanding stuff, video editing, gaming, all that stuff I do on my iPad. So all I'm going to need my phone to do is to make calls, messages, play music, film videos, and take photos. Eventually, it got to the point that it wouldn't even run WhatsApp without fully crashing. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to save my money, and I'm going to get myself, to be gentle with this thing, okay. The iPhone 15. Now I'll start with the physical improvements, which I honestly think there was a lot of things done to physical design that I actually really liked. First of all, which I think is the most important, is the feel. They actually added, it's very hard to tell on camera, but they added these slight curves to the design. So it's not just 2D now. It now has these nice curves, so now it has that sharp look without that sharp feel, which I really like. Second improvement that took them forever to implement to regular iPhones, but they finally did it, is that frosted back glass. Finally matte and is no longer a fingerprint magnet. Honestly, it makes it finally feel like a current flagship phone, unlike the glossy counterpart of the iPhone 14 that nobody should be buying. But anyways, overall, the design improvements, big thumbs up. Nice, small improvements that we really needed, making this phone feel and the general experience way better. Now flipping to the front of the phone, where you see the biggest improvement from the iPhone 14, is that dynamic island. Finally, it came in the iPhone 14 Pros, and we were like, why didn't you put it in the iPhone 14s? Probably to sell more Pros, but they finally added it. I mean, this is one of the biggest physical differences from the iPhone 14 to iPhone 15, apart from the frosted back glass, but very nice to have improvement. Good job, Apple. And in terms of, how it feels to use the dynamic island, I honestly, what kind of glitch is that? I honestly feel like it's a nice additive, but it does sometimes, freak out. Like, for example, when you're connecting your AirPods and you're watching a YouTube video, like, sideways, the dynamic island kind of, like, freaks out and, like, enlarges and all that. But other than that, it's honestly a really nice improvement, and it's really most obvious when you're, you're doing something, you're on Amazon, or you're on that all old and reliable Temu.com, and you want to skip your song, and you can just click it and you skip them. Just the general animations are it's a great addition to the iPhone 15 from the iPhone 14. Another thing that got better, and I just realized that this glitch is making it so it doesn't turn off. Well, I ain't complaining. Another big difference from the iPhone 14 to iPhone 15 is the actual brightness. The iPhone 14 had a peak brightness of, I think, 1500 nits. Fact check me editing in the future. Whilst this thing has a full 2000 nit display now, which is amazing. I have never had a moment where it feels dim. It's perfectly awesome. And I honestly give this display a solid 9 out of 10. The only thing is it has 60 hertz in 2024, which is honestly kind of embarrassing, Apple. Come on, guys. You shouldn't even put a 90 hertz display. And yes, I do notice the difference between 60 hertz and 120 hertz every time I use my mom's iPhone 13 Pro, which is what's filming this video, by the way. I always feel that smoothness, it's like, I just wish this thing had it. Look. Yes, this is my favorite song. You know, it's that's just such a smooth animation. I can just do this forever and ever. And it gives you a little vibration. Honestly, the dynamic island is a nice addition, Apple. Good job. Next thing is cameras. And you might be thinking, oh, he's just going to show us some clips. Well, I am going to. But all you really need to do is just check my last 2 videos, which were actually filmed on this thing. And yeah, the cameras on this thing are pretty good. They finally upgraded from a 12 megapixel sensor to the 48 megapixel main sensor, which does do quite the difference, because now you have a 2x button, which is telephoto. They mark it as telephoto, but really just zooming in 2 times, and still having a 12 megapixel output. And to show you some videos, here's a video of me filming a random truck, and like here's a bunch of random things I took on this to give you a perspective of the cameras. They are really good. I mean, no complaints here at all. Quick thing I just want to mention, is it finally happening? USB-C? Is Apple really adding USB-C to the iPhone? Did they do this out of a kind heart, not because they were forced by the EU? Oh, totally not. It was just Apple, you know, listening to their customers. You know, like, great job, Apple. Totally not really mad at you. This took you like 5 years to implement that. Are you next thing, which is, you know, subtle, but they improved from the iPhone 14, from the A15. Now we have the A16 in here. Honestly, you know, smartphone chips are already fast enough. You're not gonna notice the difference. But yeah, that is a small improvement from the last phone to this phone. Quickly, I just want to take the time to just show you this incredible display. I mean, it honestly does look insane. I'm using the 3x telephoto, so it doesn't look that good in camera, but it just looks, it's such a content, it's just such a nice content viewing experience. Watching this in a car or something, it's just honestly an amazing display for content creation and content watching. Is that even the word? Editing me is going to make fun of me for that one. So we're just gonna go through 2 really quick things. First the microphone test. I mean, like, nobody tests this, but it would be funny to just put a story in there. So like, yeah, let's play the clip.
So this one time I took a test, right, and I got apparently like an A or something on the test, and I was like, I don't understand this advanced rating system. So I asked a friend, apparently A stood for astronomically bad. So I was like, oh no, my parents would be really mad if they found out I did astronomically bad in a test, right? So what I decided to do when I got home was flush it down the toilets, and let's just say the toilet overflowed, and like now the whole house is 5 inches deep in toilet water, and I caused at least $5,000 in damages, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do before my parents stay at home. Can I have $5, please?
So this is a quick speaker test, and as you can tell, those speakers, I mean, I don't know if it's just from me coming from the iPhone SE, but one of the first things I noticed coming from the iPhone SE to this thing is those speakers. It just has that extra punch to it, you know. It's a really nice improvement. I think it's a decent improvement from the iPhone 14s, but overall, those speakers are just incredible. For a phone, you know, you can get any $20 speaker and it'll actually destroy this to pieces. But anyways, so yeah, so we put the video, you know, just going over the iPhone 15 and my future phone that's going to last me, hopefully, I mean, I hope this thing can last me like at least 4 years, you know. I'll probably make an update video. So yeah, my final thoughts, should you get the iPhone 15? Yes, this thing is amazing and it is guaranteed to last you a long time. So yeah, that's the end of this pretty short vid. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, trying to do it monthly, so far I'm doing pretty good. I just checked and we reached over 30,000 views. That's insane. Thank you guys so much. And I quickly want to mention what I'm going to do for 100,000 subscribers. When we reach 100,000 subscribers, which is probably in a while, but when we do that, I'm going to be walking 100,000 steps along the beach and seeing how far I go. To give you a perspective, walking around a whole city for about a whole day, like exploring and stuff, that's around 20,000 steps. So let's see, you know, if we hit 100,000 subscribers, I might do that. Well, I will do that. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. To see you later for other high-tech, up-to-date things, I don't know.